Yeah, my people. Let me fix y'all for a second. Let me get y'all straight. Welcome back. We got another fight review. We got to talk about. This one was a good one. So, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for all, thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everybody that stopped through and watches a video, that leaves a comment, that shares. It means a lot. So I absolutely appreciate every single one of you all. If you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. This is how your boy, pays the bills, and we got mouths to feed. So I'm forever grateful for y'all. Let's get down to it, y'all. This past weekend we had a PBC card that was headlined by Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. So we'll definitely hop into that here in a second. But real quick, gotta shout out to Gary Antoine Russell on that card. I'm singling him out specifically because he put on a dynamic performance and took the belt from a champion in the way that he did. A lot of times you hear people say, well, in order to be the champion, you got to beat the champion and leave no doubts. Gary Antoine Russell, excuse me, he left no doubts. Dominant performance. Shout out to Ryo. He took the belt from Pitbull Cruz, so he was no slouch. But Gary Antoine Russell, he did what he had to do, and he's the champ. So I'm anxious to see, how that whole division starts to play out when you talk about the champions, who's going to fight who, any unification bout. So make sure y'all stay locked into the channel. Make sure y'all follow all the, all the platforms, the Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, the Instagram, the TikTok, of course, the YouTube. Make sure you stay plugged into everything because we're going to update everything to make sure you guys are in the loop, with all this stuff. But let's go ahead and hop into this main event, y'all. Like we said, it was Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. And it was a really good fight. It really was. I think a lot of people, including myself, were expecting a Gervonta Davis knockout. I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta come straight to the camera and not lie to y'all. I went on my personal Facebook account and I said that Gervonta Davis was gonna take his head off. I did, and I was completely wrong. And I don't mind being wrong. I can come to the people and tell them that I was wrong, and I was. Lamont Roach, I knew Lamont Roach was a good fighter. That wasn't even the question. That's not why I said what I said. I said that because if you look at Gervonta Davis' resume, he's known for knockouts. That's the work that he's shown everyone. And you're talking about Lamont Roach, someone that was moving up, in weight to make this fight happen. So signs were pointing, in my eyes, to a Gervonta Davis knockout. But just like they say in other sports, that's why they play the game, right? Same thing in boxing. That's why they fight. Because in the first couple rounds, you could kind of see Tank was doing his normal thing, right? He was kind of doing the little fill-out process to see, what kind of attack or what kind of game plan Roach had and go from there. And as the fight went on, you saw Tank started to let his hands go a little bit. But the thing that impressed me is when Tank started to let his hands go a little bit, Roach was still there. A lot of times when people take these punches from Tank, they change their game plan to get to thinking a little more maybe. But Lamont Roach, he hung in there. So once we started to see that happen in those middle rounds, we knew that we were in for something that maybe we didn't think. Now there were, a number of people. I got to shout out people like Shakur Stevenson. They said that this fight was going to be a 50-50 fight. So there were a number of people that saw this coming, but there were a lot of us that didn't, really, to be honest with you. But like I said, when Tank started to let his hands go, Roach was right there. So and as the fight went on, it was more of the same. And I want to say about round 8 or 9, this is where we got to talk about, y'all. The knee that Tank took. I've seen videos where he got hit by a jab, and then you talk to other people. I had a quick little chat with my brother Jesse James Lehi, and he was telling me, he was like, bro, he didn't get hit by a punch, and that makes sense. We gonna live. We got when we talk to bro, his opinion means a whole bunch here. So I want to know how you guys feel, about the whole knee situation. Should have been counted a knockdown, because he took a knee and it looked like he got hit by a jab, or is it the second situation where he didn't he didn't get hit by anything impactful. The ref knew it wasn't anything impactful, so he let that slide. Because I've actually seen a post where they said, or I've seen some information, where they say that if the fighter takes a knee and it's not as a result of like a landed punch and it's not like noticeable or what have you, I'll see if I can find it and pop it up here for y'all. Then it's not a knockdown. So let me know what y'all feel, homies. Let me know if it should be a knockdown, if it shouldn't have been a knockdown, because that made the difference in the fight, y'all. If you look at the scorecards, we had 2 scorecards that were 114. So you make one of those that were a 10-9 round into a 10-8 round, Lamont Roach wins the fight. So that particular situation, it was big. It was big. So, the fight went on, and it was more of the same, y'all. Tank, he, of course, had his moments, but Roach had his moments. And it was things that we don't normally see, right? When Tank starts to, let his hands go, then majority of the time it ends up bad for the other fighter, but not for Lamont Roach. So Lamont Roach, he definitely deserves all the respect in the world. They need to run it back, to be honest with you. I think with the way that Roach performed, and the kind of fighter that Tank is, and the kind of fights that Tank, could potentially be in line for, I think he has to run this one back with Lamont Roach, right? To kind of right his wrong, I guess. He would probably look at it in his eyes, because throughout interviews he said, it's my fault. He's taking a lot of accountability. So he might want to take the rematch to right the wrong. And if I'm not mistaken, they're contractually obligated to a rematch. So I would be down for that. I definitely would love to see that, especially if the first fight is any indication on how the second fight is going to be. But after the fight was over, the first one, they called it a majority draw. That was the end result of the fight. Let me know in the comment section how you guys had it. Did you have Tank winning the fight by a small margin? Did you have Roach, winning by a small margin? Or maybe you had it a draw yourself. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But either way, if you had it Roach's way, or if you had it Tank's way, either way, it was a good fight. It was a good night of fights. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed it also. And we'll be back. We'll be back with another fight review video. We back. So, shout out to, I'm repping my cousins in Wyoming, believe it or not. So shout out to my cousins, Nick, Dion, Jaden, Trey, Davian. Love you guys. And we'll be back. So until next time, I'm out.